Morning, Args. How are you doing?
Morning, FSG. How are you? I'm doing pretty well, thank you.
Glad to hear it. It's been a long time since we've been on here, hasn't it?
It does feel like a wee while since we've been here, but good to be back. Hope you had a nice break
really
and
is.
feeling refreshed.
I am indeed. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it was nice to have some downtime.
Oh, good, good. No, but good to be back at it, and we're into harvesting today, aren't we?
I was going to say, back in time for harvest.
Yep. I hope you're well. I hope you are well rested because we've got a lot of work to do.
We have. I see the wheat is ready to go, so we're heading down to the shop at the moment to pick up our second combine that we've talked about for the last few episodes, actually. So we're going to finally shut that off, and there it is, resplendent in blue.
Can
up
you
there.
see it up there? Can you? I missed it.
Yeah.
I was too busy concentrating on my driving. Here it is.
Yeah, probably best.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mark Dawes Class Dominator Ford, which is a cracking mod. We thought we'd invest in one of those to help with the other combine. Looking good. Thanks for the lift, mate.
That's right. Well, we have got a lot more fields than we had last time, haven't we?
We have, yeah. Yeah, we need to kind of move things along a bit.
Also be good then, we'll be able to have both combines running in the field and a couple of trailers on the edge and dump them into the silos now. Don't have to worry about that bagger or anything that we did have previously.
Exactly, it's going to be super efficient. Can't wait.
He's hoping. Alright.
Right, well, let's get this back to the yard, I suppose, and get stuck straight into it.
Yeah, I'll leave you to drive that down. I'll go and pull the other one out of the shed and we'll get started.
Nice one, mate. See you in a bit.
Yes, hello everyone. Welcome back to No Man's Land with myself and the FarmSim Guy. And as you've just heard and seen, we've got ourselves our new combine and we are getting straight back into harvesting. It's been a few weeks since we've both been able to coordinate getting on together and recording an episode. Oops. But it has given us time for the crops to mature and be ready to harvest. So we do have some wheat all ready to go. So we're going to head back down, we'll grab the other combine out and get straight into it. We are going to collect the straw on the fields, but we're probably going to use that and sell it actually. We've got 250,000 litres already in the hayloft, so probably no use for it, but we can sell it at a couple of spots. Probably not worth much, but probably worth getting rid of all the same. So we'll see you back down there. Alright, so here we are. We've got the old 108. I mean, we call it the old one. It is the older one of our two we own. They're both of the same vintage, really. Not any real difference between the two. The FSG coming in there with the blue one behind us, and we've got the green, so at least we'll be able to identify who's who. And we do just need to get a little bit of diesel, so we'll pull up here next to this and get it top up. My lag doesn't get in the way. Alright, there we are, just getting some diesel into the combine. It was getting pretty low, so nice having this here on the farm, so we don't have to rush anywhere down to get any diesel down at the shop or anything like that. It is good to have this option there. But there we go, that is full. We don't really need to repair it. It's looking in pretty good nick, both the combine and the harvester there. So I don't know which field we're going to go and start in actually. We were going to do a field each, or whether we're going to try and work in the same field. But we do have the two fields here, one at the front, the one at the back, and then the one over there is ready as well. We're just going to start and work in the same field.
Yeah, I think so, mate. Let's do that. See how quickly we can get through stuff.
Okay, good God, do you want to start on this big one here then?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Do you want to run straight up and grab both fields at once, or split into three?
Don't know actually. Haven't really thought about it. Might be just as easy to do them in
Let's
this
just
field.
run and see what happens.
Yeah.
See what you feel like when you get
See
to
what you feel like when I get to the corner. Yeah, might depend how full we are too.
Well, there is that. Yeah.
All right, let's get going.
Cool, mate.
Alright, well you heard the man. We're going to work in this field here. We'll make a start and we'll see how we go. Going round and around the field, possibly up and down, don't know. Was a suggestion that we cut right across and make them into one field. But let's just get started in here, jump straight in. Sure we're getting our straw out the back, getting that swath on. Okay, that looks like it's just changed. Should get a swath dropping now. There it is. Once it catches up with itself, once my internet catches up as well. Gosh, it's not behaving very well for a Sunday evening. Alright, well there we are past the tree, so we'll turn our GPS on. We will try and do our path just as we go along here. Get our A point. It should be far enough for a B point. Get our width set up, and we'll just pause there and try and save that one FSG so he can make a start in behind us. Alright, well there we are underway. FSG coming along there behind us, not too far away, which is good. So we'll just turn around the corner. I'm not sure how our horse is actually going to line up down this edge. I'll just turn our lines on in just a second once we get around the corner. Apologies as always, my internet is really not being very friendly this evening. It's not ideal, but we'll just turn those lines on. Can't even see them. Oh well, that's what it is. We'll just drive along here and we'll get the headlands opened up, and then we can do the up and down rows on the other side. But already 35% full, so we're not going to get too much further around, or everything is going to need an empty out. Which is good, because our chickens were running low on the feed we bought for them, which the whole premise here of the wheat is to feed the chickens. So let's carry on and get crack into it. Put together a little bit of a montage here to start off things with the harvesters, and we'll see you in just a little bit. Alright, first field done. We've managed to fill the trailer and get most of the auger wagon here as well. And a lot of that full, so what we might do, like if FSG is going to head down the other end, we might grab the trailer here. I'm going to go dump all of this grain here, as much as we can put into the chicken coop. And then we'll go back down and we'll take the trailer down so you can get a start there. Looks like it's actually picking up a couple of spots we missed, but this trailer's full, 18,000 litres, so we know that'll last us a couple of months because it's lasted the chickens so far, although we don't have a full complement of chickens in there like we were planning to do, so who knows, we might end up having to buy some more chicken feed in at some stage. Alright, there we are, get that dumped in there, 18,000 litres going in, which is good, just while that tips, they're going up. Perfect, let's go and have a look in here. Look at all these eggs, fantastic. What's there in each of these pallets? 1,400 pieces. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full pallets already, and a 9th one here already being produced. There we are, we've got that all dumped out, so we might take this down here for FarmSim Guy. He can load into this. I wonder if it's not worth us both coming down to do this field, because the other one is only the little field as well, so we might leave him here doing this field. We might head on over and do the other one, and that could be the best choice here, so perhaps we'll take the tractor up. Somewhere around here, that'll be a good spot, and he can unload the wheat directly into that. We'll leave him here running, and we will go and do the other little field over by the cow pasture. Argsy FSG.
Go ahead, Args.
I might leave you to do that one. It's not much point, it's both coming over to this little field to do over here, so I'll go and do that one.
Okay, mate, sounds like a plan.
Right. I've done that first load and the trailer already straight into the chickens as well.
Nice one, thanks, mate.
Alright, so here we are, we'll make a start on this field. We have quite a bit of manure spawning in there too, we're going to have to do something with that. Obviously use it in our fertiliser production plant. We'll think about getting over with the front loader and a trailer and running that all over there, but obviously can't do it at the moment because the trailer's busy, and so is the tractor. Getting the crops harvested is our priority, so we'll crack in very quickly and get this field all done and dusted, and then we'll be into picking all the straw up, I imagine. Well, I was eternally hopeful we were going to get this whole field in one hopper, but it's not to be. We've got one pass. We're going to get to the 7,500. There we go. We're full. One pass and that little bit on the headlands there to do. And we would have been done. So we'll just leave that there. We'll run over and grab the auger wagon. Come back and get this emptied out. And then we'll be able to finish off down here. Go and see how FSG's going down on that backfield. He should be doing pretty well. Probably not too far away from being done. Advantage to him, while it's a bigger field, he didn't have to turn around quite so many times or quite as often. So he shouldn't be too far away from being done. Plus he had a tractor over there to empty out in. But we'll go and grab the auger wagon and get this all finished off. And there we are, we'll get this topped up. In fact, I don't think we're going to have enough capacity in the cart here to take everything out of the combine, but it'll be enough to allow us to finish the field. We're getting pretty close to full already, which is good. Decent amount of wheat for our chickens. Keep the chickens happy. Of course, that is the only place it's going. We're not going to have any to sell, which is good. One less thing we have to chip away, and we can take the eggs instead. We're at 17,500 litres. Goes with the 18,000 we've already dumped into the chickens, plus whatever FSG gets off down the end field there. We're not doing too badly. There we go, just a little shame here in this field. I do wonder whether we should get rid of this little strip. A little bit awkward to farm, but I suppose if it brings in a few extra litres of crop, it's not a bad thing. There we go, we are all done in this field. So another 2,500 litres sitting in here, ready to go. So let's go and get this dumped out. In fact, we might leave it in the combine for now. We'll go and see if we're going to dump it all in with the chicken farm now. I'm not even sure what the capacity of the silo down there is. But we'll go down and give FSG a hand to finish off. We'll go and run the trailer for him rather than taking the combine down there. And doesn't look like he's, in fact, he's probably working on those two awkward little sections anyhow. Does look like it down there. So we'll leave him to do those, and we'll go and grab the trailers and everything like that. Get things dumped out, and all ready to start collecting some straw. This is looking pretty good. 14,000 litres off this field already, which is nice. We'll see how much we end up with once FSG's done, but we're actually pretty close to having a full trailer here. See how close we're going to get if we empty the hopper out. 17,500, so we're actually only 1,000 litres away from being full. So we'll let him finish that off. In fact, we'll go and grab a little bit of it of our combine. We'll top this trailer up, and we can go and get that dumped in to the chickens as well. I'm just curious as to how many 1,000 litres we do get off these three fields, just so we can bear in mind. Next season we'll have an idea of how much cereal we need to plant to make sure we can keep the chickens well fed and not have to rely on buying any in. There we go, we've actually only got a 20,000 litre capacity here in the chicken coop. You can see there, 19,999. We are 100% full, so we will have to go and dump everything else down in the silo and just keep the chickens fed as and when we need to. But we'll go and get this dumped out, then we know we can empty everything else here straight into the silo rather than worrying with taking it down into the chicken coop. Well, it looks like FSG's finished, and we'll just get this last little piece out here, and we'll have a grand total on how much wheat we have harvested. We put 18,000, probably 19,000 litres or so, 18,500 litres in with the chickens. And whatever we've got in the silo, let's just take a quick look. 38,000 litres in there, let's say we did 19. That'll be 48, 57,000 litres or so. Not a bad effort, even if I do say so myself. Now, like FSB might be getting ready for a screenshot. So we'll go over and park up the combines, get the screenshot sorted out, and then we'll probably be moving into collecting up some straw and getting that sold. Make a little bit of money off it. We're not going to make a killing, but any money's good money around here.
Well, there we go, Args. That didn't take long, did it?
No, ruthlessly efficient as always, but 2 combines definitely made it a whole heap easier.
Yes, indeed.
It's going to make all the other crops good too.
It is, it is. We're just thinking there, we need to get a maize header at some point for the sunflowers and the maize.
Yeah, correct, we will have to get something, yeah. We'll be right though. Got enough money, and I was looking at how many eggs we've got over there to sell already. Good.
Yeah, there's loads, isn't there?
Yeah, now just did a quick tally up. I think there's about 57,000 litres of wheat off those, so we put about 19,000 into the chickens to top them right up, and there's 38,000 in the silos. Not a bad amount. It'll be interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I've not really worked out how long the chickens are getting through the hopper.
No, that's what I was just about to say. I think it was 2 calendar months for for that 18,000 litres we had in there, but well, some of the chickens will age a little bit too and probably eat some more. Yeah,
so hopefully, well, I'll get us a long way through without having to buy anything, won't it?
Yeah, it will. It will. It'll be interesting. We'll have to calculate it for next season. We might need to plant more cereal crop.
Yeah. Yeah. So what we're going to do now? We don't need the straw, do we? We've got about 250,000 litres already in the storage. You were saying we might as well just sell it. But,
yeah. Well, I mean, we can load it up and just sell it at the little boiler that's that will accept it by the side of the shed, so we don't have to
Of
transport it too
course,
far.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty convenient, isn't it?
Yeah. So that was my thoughts, but I'm equally down to just plough it up if you think that's not going to be worth the return on investment of time.
Do you know what? It'll be an interesting experiment just to see what it's worth, won't it?
60. I think it was about $62 per 1,000 litres. So, what do those silage wagons hold? 20,000 each.
Yeah, something like that.
That's going to be what, $1,200 per load. Around about that.
Starts to not feel worth it, does it?
It does. It starts to not feel worth it. My question for you though is, what else are we going to do?
Yeah, there's nothing else ready, is there? So we might as well not look a gift horse in the mouth and make a little bit of extra cash.
That's right. That's right. And then we can pay for more of your fancy holidays to Spain or something like that.
Yeah, indeed.
Right.
I'm up for that.
Alright, well let's get these out of the field and we'll go and hook up some loading wagons, I guess.
Sounds good.
Looks like Austin Power's planted parking that thing. Is he dropping his header off? There we go. I was going to say it looked like Austin Powers was in there doing it, but no, dropping his header off for some reason. So we can back in there and park. Well, I hope we don't want to get those mowers out. I was just thinking we could mow some grass and make some hay, but not anytime soon. We're not going to. Anyhow, let him do what he's doing. Alright, well we're hooked up here to the loading wagon. We're just going to go and make a start in this field. My guess is about $1,200 per load. We'll go and see what it's going to be. So we'll get this first one all picked up. Be interesting to see how many loads we get off each field too. Figure out if it is worthwhile, but let's just quickly run around here, get as much of it picked up as we can, and we'll go and see how much money we can make. 26,000 litres, a little bit more. I'm going to revise my estimate to about $1,500 per load. So if we can take 10 loads combined off here, 15 grand, it's probably not a bad amount of money, is it? Certainly better than having none, and better than ploughing it in. We're not going to get any benefit otherwise, but just pull up here in front. I know there's a very small trigger on this little little furnace, little boiler. In fact, I can't even hit it at all. So we couldn't get it to dump into the burner. We've gone and placed a sell point down here, so we weren't going to run everything all the way down to the shop to buy it. But $1,500, like I said, if we can get 10 or 15 loads off there for $1,500 a time, I think the FSG's load is just a little bit smaller, but still it makes it worthwhile. So that's a good option, I think. Good compromise, seeing we can't get the trigger to work there. It is there. We've dumped a little bit just to see if it will work. There is a trigger there, but I think it's quite low. I think might be that low box, why we can't get it to work, because our triggers here on the back of the wagons are too high. The other way to test it would be to use a bucket and see if we can dump it in with that, but it doesn't matter. We've come up with a solution instead. So let's carry on and get this done. We'll jump into a bit of a time lapse here, I think, with loading some straw, and we'll see you in just a little while. Well, not quite a full load, but we are done. What is that? I think this is our 4th one. 2 in this big field, 1 in the little field at the top, and 1 at that small field. Probably not quite as much as we thought, but definitely having this little trigger here to sell this has been a godsend. We wouldn't have wanted to do it without it. Probably about 10 grand, I reckon. 4 loads from me is 6, and if FSG's done 4 here at about 1200 a load, so maybe 11 grand. Not to be sniffed at, not to be sniffed at all. Still money, and would have just been ploughed in otherwise. So good to have. Right, we'll go and park up, and FSG will be over in just a second. His load, and then we'll see what we're going to do. Might be about time to wrap things up for the day.
Well, Alex, that was a worthwhile exercise. When you look, we were 61 after we bought the sell point, and we're on nearly 75 here, so...
Yeah, that's not bad, is it? Well, say about 13 grand. I thought it might have been about 11, so a little bit more than I thought. But yeah, definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. It was just going to get ploughed in otherwise.
Exactly. You know, there's no real benefit, because we haven't got any kind of... It wouldn't have counted as a fertiliser.
No.
Or would it?
No, it wouldn't have. No, we don't have that mod.
Grass.
No, and if we spend 11 grand on wheat or something, some more grains for the chickens in the future, we can say it all went down to that straw we collected.
Exactly, yeah. No, pretty cost effective now.
Yeah. Like you need to go and give your tractor and trailer a clean though.
It does, and Rusty's cheeky comment in his video that you clipped hasn't gone unnoticed. That's for the record.
It was a bit of a laugh. Just happened to catch it in his live stream. Fun.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was. Well, mate, I don't know about you, but I think that is job well done for the day. Not much else to do now until wait for the next crops to be ready.
Yes, indeed. Looks like, I think, soybeans and I think canola's next.
Canola,
and then soybeans after that.
Yeah, canola, I think, and then soybeans. That'd be good. Plus, maybe mow some grass in between at some stage. And we did install that new olives mod, so we might look at putting some olive trees down and giving that a whirl as well. We
should. I thought there's a nice little bit of space the other side of the chicken coop, actually.
Yes, indeed. But we are going to have a plan for what we're going to do with all this money. Might be time to expand a little bit further, maybe.
Yep, no, definitely. I think, like you say, if we're going to need some more cereal crops for the chickens, maybe another plot of land with a big barley or wheat crop on it for next season could be the order of the day.
Especially now we've got 2 combines, we get through it pretty quick.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Cool, mate. Oh, lovely to have you back. Nice to be back in No Man's Land. I know there's been a lot of people keen and eager to see another episode, so hope we have not disappointed.
Yeah, no, delighted to be back. Actually, I'll be brutally honest, I really missed playing, actually, when I was on holiday, so that's a good sign.
That is a good sign. Bodes well for the next few months.
It does indeed.
Alright, buddy. Oh, well, you have a good week. Get back into the swing of the real world, and we'll
yes,
catch
indeed.
you.
It's going to be tough.
It will be. I'm sure you'll survive.
I'm sure I'll cope.
Alright, mate. Take care, and we'll catch you later.
Yeah, all the best, mate. Take care.
Yeah. There we go. Hopefully, like a good boy, he's going to go out and give that a wash, because it is filthy. No, he's not even going to. He's bypassing the pressure washer completely. There you go, Rusty. You weren't incorrect. You weren't incorrect at all. Anyhow, pleasure having you all here watching. Hope you've enjoyed that episode of No Man's Land with myself and the FarmSim Guy. Great to be back on the farm with him and just having a bit of friendly banter and getting a whole lot done. So, as always, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed that, and I'll catch you in the next one.